Well, I don't see much white this morning. It is just above freezing. I'll give them that. They updated the warning last night. They decided that instead of being at 1,000 feet, which would be, toward the top of those hills, that it was going to be down to the valley floor. Well, it's just wet. And yes, there's an annoying bird in that. Whiskey's just gonna... Yeah, whiskey does whiskey. It's late enough here that expected Becky to be headed out the driveway, and she's not yet, so she's been pretty wasted when she gets home, falling asleep before me even. And make sure she's up. She don't need to be late for work, right? Well, I see that last calf, Ruby's baby, has decided he can be over in the big kid pen instead of hiding over there in that one. Kind of a pain in the ass where we're feeding, but this group's getting the good grain we feed the calves and the ground feed for the cows. Simply because there's so many of them here, they're still growing. And Bam Bam had to walk clear down to here this morning. And I said, no, dude, wrong end. Come on, bud. Follow me down here. So he did. Then, in typical bull fashion, he tried to stick his head where that cow's head is, or maybe the one next to her. And I'm like, dude, you got to have the big hole. He actually almost got his head in, which surprised me, but we probably wouldn't have gotten it out very easily. And I see Dino got bumped out of his. She just finished it off for him. And yeah, we got to get this one clean, because they're all sinking in too deep in there. This one's not so bad. Dino, shut up! He's got to be a jackass. Well, Bam Bam, on the other hand, I don't care. Shut up, dude. I just checked the weather alert since I got one. Yeah, being we didn't have white this morning, they decided they was going to up it. At about 7 o'clock this morning, they changed it from, whether it was like 6:50, 6 a.m. to noon. And I'm really wondering if they might be right, because the wind changed and it feels a hell of a lot colder. Well, we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, I still got to feed the 4 heifers over there. I got to go bring grain over for them because they're kind of out in the tub over there. Been a morning since the last little clip. I mentioned that they extended things. We've had rain and snow mix and wind, all while I was doing tires on this thing. I changed both of them out on the insides, pulled the cap off, and both caps had a little moisture in them. I don't know why. One off that side, seems the Schrader wasn't in tight, so that could have been why. Excuse me. Again, this side had moisture there, and I haven't taken it apart yet to see if the Schrader was loose or not, but I mean, it was still intact on the one, so we'll see what the other one looks like. The only thing I didn't do was put some air in these, and I don't know if they need them. Yeah, that one's a little low, maybe. But out of the way for tomorrow, because, feed truck will show up anytime between 5 a.m. and 11 p.m. Usually mid-morning to mid-afternoon. I'm full of those today. That's about the 30th one. So, And hey, the toaster's gone for a little bit. Ty decided she's got to go home because she ordered some new milk bottles. Because the ones we got, I think the newest one is probably 40 years old. And at least 2 out of the 4 or 5 have cracks in them. So it's time. She ordered 2 new ones, and they're supposed to be there. She threw a little bit of straw out here, not a lot. I told her, don't throw any more than you have to, but I was hoping she was going to get it farther away from the feeder. So, yeah, she had to go there in the bank, so. Yeah, I figure out if I want to go out and get soaked and check fence or do something else. And it won't shut off. She has no clue I'm here until I speak. Getting some of that good calf poop. One thing, it's nice that the calves aren't afraid of the dogs. The bad thing is when I kick the other bunch out of the feed barn, the only thing left in there in the morning has been just the calves. And Rainey walks in and she's literally from here to them away from them. One goes, oh, it's time to leave. Then they absolutely go crazy. And this morning I heard them run all the way in, and down below here where they've been growing underneath the gate, that gate must have rattled for 10 minutes. So I thought I'd show you that. Taking advantage of a little sun break here, getting the plastic cleaned up. We used to get worms like that in our yard and banks. When it would rain, the whole yard would be full of them. Some right down here too, big ones.
Yeah, I haven't seen that big in a long time.
Yeah, she's gonna leave them out there in the sun. They're gonna dry out. Poor bastards. But that one's got shitty stuff on it. This one's got shitty stuff on it. Pretty much what's in there so far is junk. Already took a bucket full and dumped it in one of the cow feeders. So. And that one the tractor's sitting on, it's junk. And there's one the truck's sitting on back there, it's got junk on it. So I don't know if I'll move the truck, but I'm going to move the tractor so we can just clean the stuff up. She loves her job. She loves her job. She loves her job. I don't know when to go on this year right on the side of my face. Yeah, fun.
No.
So there's a pile of plastic. Another pile over there, other side of the tractor.
The problem is deciphering which way.
Yeah, this one's over here and it's close to that pile, and that pile is mostly not the best plastic. She backs up into the pitchfork and the rake and knocks them both over. So anyway, that's what we got at the moment. And we probably should pick this stuff up here too. Otherwise it's going to finish becoming mud and be a pain in my ass later. But, yeah. Not enough. No, well, do I?
Found the nursery at Park.
Oh, she found her worm nursery over there. On the bottom of that one. Yeah. Years ago, before this building was here, we stacked hay out here, stacked round bales. And we used a lot of visqueen. A whole lot of visqueen. And we'd find little baby garter snakes out here. And the mommies and the daddies. Because they love it underneath that stuff. They stay warm and they can stay cool. I believe that's the 2-year-old that lost her calf. And I hear a rumor that earlier today, a little guy laying over there, he bred her and another one. So, hopefully that rumor is true, and hopefully he did his job as he should. In the meantime, that little bull calf's just going to keep checking things out. Oh yeah, if you notice, it's nice and sunny now. Yeah. Probably for another half hour, and it's going to go back to the crap we've had. But hey, on that note, we've got it a lot better than a lot of people. Between YouTube and TikTok, we lots of people around know people, right? Don't know everything about them, but we see what they show us, hear what they say. Tylin has got to know a guy on TikTok pretty good that's in Eastern Washington, runs a couple hundred beef cows. Not sure if it's his feedlot, family's feedlot, or he works for an outfit, but it's like a 3,000 head feedlot he's at too. This morning, they had 10 calves squished. Because when the winds and that snow hit, I think it was this morning, it might have been yesterday morning. When that kind of crap hits, cows will huddle together for protection. Well, calves can't always move quick enough. The last thing I heard was he's got 10 dead calves, all because of that. And seen a couple others in Montana having the same issues. I don't know if he has any that have got squished yet or not, but doing everything they can to try to block the wind and keep the cows so they feel safe and so they're not going to try to bunch up like that. And even Piper Doug, he sent me a couple of pictures and a short video a little bit ago. I think he's doing all right as far as animals being alive, but he's busting his ass to try to keep them protected and safe. Imagine he'll probably have a video out in the morning on that. Maybe he might be another day or two. Usually if he sends me something, it's videos up the next day. So Doug, I hope I didn't spoil anything for you there. I'm sure everybody's looking forward to watch that. BCP Farming and Trucking, and they got the same thing going on. I hear they don't have as much snow as a couple other places. Prairie Sunset Ranch, he's got a lot of snow and wind up there. He did a live earlier. And, it is what it is. You got to deal with it when it happens. A lot of that kind of stuff, we do deal with it. Just not right now. You expect it a month or 2 months or 3 months ago. Kind of like our rain so far here. I don't know how much of that snow actually got into the rain gauge, because it was kind of a pyramid on top of the rain gauge, so not all of it went in. We've had more rain in the first, what are we, on the 13th now? We've had more rain in the first 13 days of April than we had in all of March. And probably, I didn't look, but probably all of February too. And the way that lot looks, that's pretty much how the fields look we need to get into to plant. Even the driveway's soft enough I could plant it, even though it's dry on top now. You take a tractor across there, leave frickin' tracks, and there's 3, 4, 5 feet of packed gravel there. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that. And hey, another quick, I'm just going to throw everybody under the bus today. Thomas Farms TN, Russ, he put a video up today too. It's a rant. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. We've had similar issues with a different color dealership around here. So far, the color he's dealing with, so far they're the better one that's here. So he and I have been chatting back and forth. In fact, my phone vibrated a minute ago, and that was him sending me another message. So he needs him a whole bunch of used motor oil, because gas is too damn expensive. A bunch of used motor oil, and throw on a bridge and throw a match to it. Because he's tried to deal with them, and it ain't happening. And we won't be able to deal with you anymore. Well, he hasn't been dealing with them for quite a while because of the issue. They don't want to resolve it. At least not to make the customer anywhere near happy. And that's one reason there's a couple dealers around here we don't deal with. And they're not little 1 or 2 shop dealers. The one pretty much has all of Western Oregon. Plus they got part of Eastern Washington under a different name, but still all the same Same ownership, last I knew. And, you know, that's all management. If they can't manage their stuff right, you can't deal with them. Anyway, I'm going to go let them cows in, and those yearlings and those 2-year-olds. They all want to go get their dinner tonight. And yeah, teaser, the sun comes out when? Quitting time. I could be out here for another few hours, but I've already had a long enough day. And I didn't show much of it either. Silly me. We got all the crap cleaned up in the big bale barn. 2 of those big, huge bucketfuls of, 1 bucket full of clean hay they got dumped in the cow feeder, and 1 full of just nasty, icky crap that got dumped in the manure pile. So, anyway, hope y'all had a good hump day. Ours really wasn't too bad considering. You know, I picked the best time to work on tires on a tractor outside. The snow and the rain and the hail. I didn't stay outside for all of that. I ran right in there a couple of times and just let it go. And I didn't find that other Schrader valve. Looked just like the first one I replaced on there. I didn't find anything definite. A little bit of rust at the end of it, and it's a stainless valve, so figure that one out. So I don't know what the heck. One of them wasn't quite tight in housing. That could have been why it leaked, but you know, them little valves are cheap. Calcium in a tire and a tube isn't, so they're all done. And I'm not touching the fronts. Last time we had a front fixed has been, well, Dad was still alive, so it's been at least 5 years ago. Tire guy did not want to put a tube in it and fix it because they're that bad. Hey, there's a reason we run slicks. Because we can't afford to buy new. Although it's just a matter of time. And one of these days, I'll tell you about them duals, if I remember. But yeah, I think it was this one that got fixed last. Might have been the other one. Yeah, I think it was the other one, because this one, that's a brass nut. Most guys don't like using the brass nuts. That nut won't move. The only way I can take that nut off, it'll spin the stem out of the tube. Plastic nuts you can break off. Anyway, that's enough gabbing. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope y'all have a great Thursday. And hopefully we have a day kind of like this tomorrow, and not what most of today has been.